Now, President Trump had announced that he's going to make a major announcement on Russia, Ukraine. Donald Trump's mega statement from Oval Office was the addition of secondary tariffs on Russia of 100% if, and I quote him, we don't have a deal within 50 days. Any secondary tariff would likely be on countries who continue to trade with Moscow. Trump also confirmed what had been previously said, that top-of-the-line weapons would be sent to Ukraine in an operation which would be coordinated by NATO. Another very important statement in terms of the cooperation between US and NATO. During the meeting between NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, Trump said he was very unhappy with Russia and disappointed in President Vladimir Putin, adding that he wanted the war in Ukraine to end. Listen in.
And one of the reasons that you're here today is to hear that we are very unhappy, I am, with Russia. But we're very, very unhappy with them, and we're going to be doing very severe tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days. Tariffs at about 100%. You'd call them secondary tariffs. You know what that means.
Pranay Upadhyay, my colleague, joins me for more on this. Pranay, US has threatened a second round of 100% tariffs on Russia and those countries that continue to trade with Russia. This is a huge development from the days that we saw when he was siding with President Putin to now when he's siding with the Ukrainian President Zelensky.
You're absolutely right, Geeta, on that count. On 20th February 2025, when President Donald Trump met Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine in Oval Office, that was a different tone, tenor, and environment. And after that, when today he was meeting with the NATO Secretary General, there was a completely different environment. So the complete U-turn is visible after the 6 phone calls between President Donald Trump and President Vladimir Putin. Clearly, President Donald Trump has realized that it's not easy that he could stop that war, with just a phone call, with what he has claimed during his campaign, as well as after resuming the Oval Office. But clearly, one thing you can make out, Geeta, here, that as far as the bilateral trade is concerned, Russia is among the most sanctioned country right now as far as the US tariffs and US sanctions are concerned. Still, if you see the trade figures, the trade is heavily, lopsided, and there is a trade deficit between Russia and United States, about $3.5 billion bilateral trade figure as far as the current figures are concerned. And out of that $3.5 billion bilateral trade, it's like $300 billion of Russian import in the US market. So clearly, President Donald Trump is looking at secondary tariff, about 100% tariff. But I don't think so that tariff is going to be a detrimental factor for President Vladimir Putin to make a decision in this regard. But definitely, the kind of weapon he is planning to send to Russia-Ukraine battlefield, that is going to affect and impact the future course of his strategy towards Russia and the future course of peace deal.
Right. Pranay, stay on with us.